Assembly. So ODP Corporation and Domtar came and asked if they could support one of our schools. And so Mr. Alvarez and Dr. Brown coordinated everything with Mr. Williams and Ms. Eastburn. And so they actually gave $20,000 worth of office supplies. You'll see that in an upcoming agenda, as well as a backpack full of school supplies to every student at Desert Mirage. The assembly was amazing. The team at Desert Mirage, the kids, the staff, everybody were just incredible. And they also are giving 300 backpacks full of school supplies to Canyon Breeze. So again, we can't thank them enough for being such amazing partners. Only 18 schools in the country were selected for that opportunity, and so we're truly thankful that Desert Mirage and Canyon Breeze had that opportunity to participate in that. We're also really grateful to Mr. Winefsky and the team from CORE and other folks who made magic happen when things got real at one of our schools and the sewers broke. The sidewalk and everything is repaired, is my understanding, and so we are back to fully functional, really in record time. So I did want to make sure that everyone knew that. So again, kudos to our operations team for all the work that they've done to get our schools ready as well, but really can't say enough about our school leaders and all the work they've done, our school-based staff, but also that our district-based staff has done to make sure that this has been such a smooth start to the school year. So just really proud of the work that everyone has done. And welcome back. We're glad to have our students back.
All right, thank you, Dr. Cruz. We'll start with Mr. White.
Thank you, Mr. President. Good evening. So I had the pleasure, the honor of attending the district kickoff 2 weeks ago, week and a half ago now. I lost track of time now that my school year has started as well. But great hosts and great energy, some great spirit, some great cover songs of Lenny Kravitz and Hey Jude and others. So great to hear our theme incorporated into those and some healthy competition among sites. I will say, and hopefully folks aren't going to throw anything at me, I think that next year governing board members are going to attend. I think perhaps we need to join in some spirit and maybe be in the running for winning some of those awards that are handed out. But we got some time to figure that out. I think maybe, I don't know if it'll be a surprise though, since we have to do everything in public. So it'll have to be really good when we plan it. Also some great dancing. I know that, when my wife and I go to renew our vows, I think Ms. Fimbris and Ms. Tussey will be at the top of the list with Cha-Cha Slide and Electric Slide and the Macarena and all kinds of stuff. So again, just an overall really, really good energy and start to the year there, as well as a great keynote, tying the portrait of our graduate with the real world. Like it actually, goes together. Who would have thought that these things that we're doing in Pendergast actually lead to success later in life. Also had the opportunity to go to Meet the Teacher Night, super hot, so thank you to everybody who came out for that. It was a great turnout at the campus that I was at, and so shout out to teachers that were out there in blazers and ties and dresses and their lanyards and getting sweaty and welcome everybody and directing everybody around, so just happy to see that at the start of the new school year. And so with that, just a welcome to those who've returned, those who are new, both staff and students. And so it's always a great energy at the beginning of the year take us through the next 9 months or so. Not that anybody's already counting down, but who knows, right? And then I'm just looking forward to meeting our new student board members, I think at our next meeting, if I'm not mistaken. So looking forward to the 8th graders joining us on the dais. Thank you, Mr. President.
All right, thank you, Mr. White. Mr. Arenas.
Mr. President, members of the board and community, just again, a welcome back to the 2023-24 school year to students, staff, and parents once again. It seems like, thank you, Dr. Cruz, for the reports relative to the first week back. I know tonight we're going to get into the weeds a little bit more. And then last but not least, just appreciate the cognizant and respectful way of handling the heat advisories that we're continue to address and deal with. So that's all I have.
All right, thank you, Mr. Arenas. Ms. Sarin.
Thank you, Mr. President. Let's see, the day before the kickoff, I went over and with the with Carrie and with some of the members of the Superintendent Student Council. We filled up all the swag bags that you had gotten at the event. And the kids were great, and they were also great the next day at the kickoff. Some dressed up in astronauts, and they had pictures with the staff. It was great. The kickoff was amazing. I mean, the energy in that room, I mean, it was great. And I loved all the cheers and the chants from all the schools and all the departments. That was a great way to start the school year. The keynote speaker, she was amazing. Just the whole event was fantastic, and I want to thank everyone that helped decorate. I mean, that gymnasium, it was decorated, you know, from top to bottom, literally. So it was great, and thank you so much. And then I did go to the Desert Mirage Start Proud Assembly. That was fantastic. All the kids were there, you know, kindergarten through 8th grade, and they were so excited. And they all, you know, went out, got backpacks, different colors, and there was no fighting anything. It's like they knew what they wanted. But I want to thank the ODP Corporation, because that is fantastic. And then 3 teachers, you know, one got like a whole office thing and then some, and then 2 received checks, and then the school is getting the $20,000. So it's fantastic what they did. A great start for the new year. Thank you.
Thank you, Miss Aaron. Yeah, for me, I don't have a lot. I just want to welcome everyone back now that we're fully into the swing of things, and I did get to go to the district kickoff as well. Great event. I know that, you know, we aren't able to do a whole lot to try to get people pumped up, but this is one of the things that we do, and I was really glad to see so much participation from, because I know it's not everybody's thing to do these types of things, but everyone put in a good effort, and everyone seemed to have a lot of fun. And so I was really impressed by some of those, by some of the chants that we heard as well. You guys are really good. We got some real good talent out there. So I want to encourage you to step it up next year, because man, these competitions are getting more and more intense every year. So I can't wait to see what happens next year. But I will close it out for me, but I did skip over Ms. Ortega Rosales. So Ms. Ortega Rosales, I apologize about that, but we'll turn it over for you for your update.
Thank you, President Quesada. I appreciate that. I did attend the keynote speaker dinner that was held the day before the kickoff, and I had a great opportunity to spend some time with the keynote speaker ahead of time and get to know her a little better. We found out that she attended school with both my sons at Westview, and so that, you know, really touched my heart. And she has a lovely family. I understand that her speech was excellent. Her presentation was out of this space. And I'm sorry I was not able to attend the kickoff, as that I had to go to Flagstaff for some funeral services. But I was there in spirit, and I congratulate and welcome all our staff that returned from last year and those who are new. And then I just want to give a shout out to ODP Corporation. It's amazing what they have provided our community of Desert Mirage, and to just take a full circle of contributions from, you know, impacting our students with the backpacks, and then the supplies for our teachers, and then the $20,000 for the school itself. That truly is a great example of our business partners and how important and critical they are to the success of our strategic plan and serving our kids in our community. That's all I have, and thank you for your time.
All right, thank you, Ms. Ortega Rosales. Carrie, do we have any citizens' comments?
Yes, we do.
All right, so while I get that passed over to me, I'm going to read your government statement that we always have to read for these citizens' comments. So pursuant to ARS 3843101H, this governing board agenda item provides an open call to the public, allowing individuals to address the governing board on issues within the jurisdiction of the board. Speakers will be given 2 minutes and will only address non-agenda topics under this agenda item unless an exception is granted by the board president. Statute prohibits the board from discussing an item that is not on the agenda. Governing board members are not permitted to discuss or take legal action on matters raised during the open call to the public unless the matters are properly noticed for discussion and legal action. However, the law permits the governing board members to do the following at the conclusion of the open call to the public. Respond to criticism made by those who have addressed the governing board, ask staff to review a matter, or ask that a matter be put on a future board agenda. To preserve student safety and privacy, public comments may not be directed at students of the district or refer to students of the district either by name or by using details that would identify individual students, except where the commenter is the student's parent or guardian or otherwise has authority to waive privacy rights with respect to that student under the Family Education Rights and Privacy Act, FERPA. The board may require a person to give up their time or may refuse to read a comment if the comment is defamatory, obscene, or irrelevant. A comment is irrelevant if it does not relate to activities, policies, decisions, or other actions of the district or other matters within the jurisdiction of the board. And lastly, the board discourages members of the public from using the call to the public portion of the agenda to make complaints against school personnel or persons connected with the district. Instead, members of the public are encouraged to use the complaint forms and processes set forth in governing board policies KE, KEB, KEC, and KED, which are available on the district's website or at the district office. Comments on other matters, including matters not appropriate for public comment, may also be submitted to the governing board by sending an email to the board or to the administration at any time. All right, I'm sure you guys all caught all of that. So now while I call these individuals up, I'm just going to check what you're speaking about here. I'm going to call Mr. Jamar Lett and Ms. Monica Granado, and if you both want to come up and just one can wait for the other, we'll start with Monica if she's here. All right, come on up, and then Jamar, if you just want to wait right up there too, if you're here. There you are. You want to wait? We'll get to you next. So, Monica, come on up. You have 2 minutes. I'm usually flexible on that, but don't take advantage of it. Okay? If you do take advantage, then we will cut you off and stop you. And same to you, sir, as well. Once you get up here as well. So, with that, Monica, please, the floor is yours.
Okay, thank you. Good evening, esteemed members of the board. I'm here tonight as a parent, a community member, and a participant in the Via de Paz construction project. My family and I have been participating in the Via de Paz Visions meeting and project steering committee since last summer. I stand here today to express my full support for this exciting project. From the beginning, parents, educators, and local stakeholders were a part of this journey. Our voices were heard and our concerns and feedback were addressed and valued. My 10-year-old son, who is a Via de Paz student, was at every meeting providing modern-day insight into how he and his classmates learn. My son was proud to be included in this brainstorming design process with the architects, so much that they would spot each other at school events and immediately start discussing all things construction at Via de Paz. This inclusive, collaborative approach gave us insight into this project and what it's going to provide for our children and the community. The Via de Paz construction project is a crucial step in providing an innovative and adaptive learning environment. This project will provide flexible learning spaces, hands-on participation. Students will be immersed in the world of modern architecture and technology that this generation thrives and excels in. The students will not just learn from textbooks, but through meaningful interactions that will foster creativity, critical thinking, and a passion for learning. This project is the way the district and VDP are essentially adapting to our students. I'm overjoyed that Via de Paz is part of this modern journey. Lastly, this project reminds students that they're valued, their education is important, and that they deserve every resource available. Imagine the pride that students will feel when they see Via de Paz transformed into a learning space that they're excited about and want to be a part of every day. As a parent involved in the planning of this project, I fully support and urge everyone to see the benefits that it'll bring. It is valuable and significant investment in our children's future and a pillar of progress and growth in our Via de Paz community. So thank you for your time.
Thank you, Ms. Granado. We appreciate it.
Yeah.
All right, Mr. Lett, is it Lett?
Yes.
Jamar, come on up.
Excuse me. Thank you, everybody. Honored members of the Pendergast District Governing Board. My name is Jamar Lett. I participated in the building project as well at Via de Paz. I've lived in the community for 7 years. I moved from California, and when I came to the area, I fell in love with Via de Paz. I have family members that have children that go to other schools, and me being able to have an opportunity to have my voice heard and have input in what's going on at Via de Paz really encouraged them to get excited about what could happen at their schools as well. I'm just going to go ahead and read some of the statement that I have prepared. From the beginning of the project, everybody who was allowed to come, who was invited, who decided that they wanted to join up, we all had our voices heard. We all had an opportunity to contribute. We all had an opportunity to go on field trips and examine other schools and see what it was like in other areas that were maybe a little more affluent than where we live here. We felt like it was a good opportunity for our kids to be able to have just a little part of that. The Via de Paz construction project, in my views, is a much needed leap towards offering our children an exceptional learning opportunity that they need and they really deserve. It's about building a place where learning is not just the structure, it's not just the 45 minutes that you get to go to this area or that area, but it's actually having a space that they can call their own, a space that they also had hands on contributing and saying, you know, in how they felt the school should look while they're there, and also for the kids that'll be coming in the future. I have a first grader there. I also have a kindergarten student there. I have a son who's going to be going there for preschool. I look forward to seeing the changes that take place at the school. I'm grateful that I was even invited to come just as a dad. Before I started participating in any other school activities, I was really valued, I feel, like, honestly, as a dad, to be able to come in and just say, like, hey, this is what I look forward to in my son's education, and I have other children that are going to be going to this school as well, and this is what I can see for their future. So I'm really excited for the building project. I'm strongly in favor of it. I like the way that it flows. I like the idea that the kids will have a lot more modern campus. And like I said, if they go to certain areas where there might be a little more money that's invested in the schools, where with boosters or anything like that, maybe it's a private school, they can see some of those changes happen at their school as well. So thank you for the opportunity. I appreciate you guys giving me the time. I probably went a little bit over, but I appreciate it. And thank you, everybody in the community that's here.
Thank you, Mr. Lett. We appreciate it. All right. Moving on to our consent agenda, can I have a motion to approve the consent agenda items A through H, right?
Yeah,
A through H.
I'll make a motion.
I'll move.
All right. I'll give that to Ms. Ortega Rosales. Can I have a second?
I'll second.
Mr. White seconds. Is there any discussion about our consent agenda? Seeing none, Carrie, roll call, please. After the motorcycle, yes. Okay.
Chet White?
Yes.
Jose Arenas?
Yes.
Susan Sarin?
Yes.
Hilda Ortega Rosales?
Yes.
And Martin Cazada?
Yes.
There being 5 in favor, the motion carries.
All right, a motion carries. Dr. Cruz, would you like to tell us about announcements or new hires that we just did in that consent agenda?
Absolutely. Thank you, Mr. President, esteemed board members, cabinet, and the community. Thank you for taking action on those consent agenda items. We're super excited about the projects and what they're going to mean for our students and our staff. So thanks again for that. We want to welcome some amazing new team members to the family here at Pendergast. Shamaka Anako, Candy Alexander, Brenzel DeLay, Nasha Howard-Lyons, Rajan Iyer, Sinai Kim, Aaron Laney, Yvette Martin, Young May, Rebecca McGee, Krista Sampang, Carmela Weig, and Caitlin Williamson are going to be teachers for us. So we're so excited that they are joining our teaching team. And then we have Araceli Anaya, Robin Caceres, Serenity Chavira, Elizabeth Dietrich, Nadalyn Elenas Casares, Caleb Felix, Tracy Harris, Mayela Magdaleno, and Alexis Nava are going to be joining our support staff. So welcome to all those folks who are joining Pendergast. We are so glad to have you on our team. Welcome aboard.
All right, yes, I want to extend that welcome as well to all of our new employees. We're really glad to have you here in Pendergast, and welcome to the family. Thank you, Dr. Cruz, for that. Up next, it looks like, Dr. Cruz, you're going to be giving our presentation, right?
Yes.
You're subbing in, and you're being our sub today. So we're having a report on the first week of school. So, Dr. Cruz, I'll turn it over to you, and you can tell us how the first week went.
Yeah, good evening, Mr. President, esteemed board members, and members of cabinet and the community. Yes, it's official. I'm a sub again. It's been a minute since I subbed, so this is exciting for me. You know what? We are super ready and excited to get down to the work, and really proud of the fact that as I got through all 12 of our schools, faculty, students were already hard at work. They were doing some activities to intentionally build community and get to know each other, and also working on academics. And we were really happy to see that. Our focus this year is going to be on literacy. We mentioned that at the last governing board meeting, and also deeper learning. We know that we need to have rigorous environments. We need students to be doing more hands-on type of work in order to create that engagement and excitement around academic learning. And so our principals are really leaning in this year to building out those academies and making the academies come to life. It's going to be ongoing work that is going to be visible throughout the year. And obviously, of course, we're going to be focusing on safety and wellness. We're very excited to have Dr. Johnson join the team, as you all know. And so we're going to be focusing on not just PBIS and making sure that we're providing those, positive interactions with students that are making great choices, but we also want to make sure that we're moving towards some more restorative practices. We're teaching pro-social behaviors, and that, we're really building community when things go wrong, and we're figuring out how we can make sure that community is strong. So we did have an amazing summer launch. The leadership team was absolutely amazing. We had some fun, no doubt, but we also worked really hard. And so we're really appreciative to our leadership team for everything they did to get ready. We had a great summer launch. The team from Educational Services, led by Dr. Flister and Drs. Marr, were really fantastic with our new teacher orientation. We had lots of great comments from NTO. Folks were excited about being in a school system that they felt was inclusive. We heard that from a variety of people. They felt like we were really demonstrating what we were expecting of them. So they were excited to have concrete expectations and the support to follow that through. So again, kudos to everyone that was getting ready at new teacher orientation. We welcome back tons of families at Meet the Teacher Night. That was just a whole bunch of cute. I'm not sure how many schools you all got to go to, but oh my gosh, it was just absolutely delightful. I actually had to park way down the street at a couple of our schools, and I was not mad about that because it was because I didn't have a student, so that was absolutely fantastic that our community really turned out for Meet the Teacher Night, and everyone just was excited. This is really qualitative, but people emotionally have just felt more excited and more typical of the kind of energy and excitement and hope at the start of a new school year. It felt more Pendergasty than it has in a few years. And so we were very, very thankful for that. But we had, again, our incredible families were there bright and early to make sure that their kiddos got a safe start. And we are still using our Raptor system, so families, are still expected to use that. And I don't know if the principals were having a competition that they didn't tell us about, but we were seeing schools that got loaded in under 11 minutes. And I was like, what's happening right now? It was cheerful. Everybody, was absolutely super loving, but I think Mr. Williams was running a rodeo over there. I've never seen anything quite so fast. So, but then I heard from other, district office goes out to schools. And so we were hearing from our colleagues too, like, oh no, this other school, you should have seen how fast they got it done. So it was pretty amazing. We are so excited that our kinders are ready and set to succeed. Many of our students are coming to school with more of those school readiness skills than what we had previously seen from some of our last two cohorts of kindergartners, and so we're truly excited for them with that. And gosh, I've seen more kindergartners sitting on their square per capita than I've seen in a number of years, so I don't know if people have been practicing square sitting in the neighborhood, but they should keep doing that. It was fantastic. I loved it. And our students, as you can see, are happy to be able to greet each other, see each other, make new friends. We've got some kiddos there with their new backpacks. I want to give a shout out to Chartwells. Jamie went around last year and did some listening sessions with students to ask them what they wanted to eat. And also, I am so proud of Jamie because we are no longer serving pancake syrup. You're welcome, kindergarten teachers, as part of breakfast in the classroom. Apparently, it's all built into the pancake on a stick, which we'll talk about that later, but it is fantastic that there's no more having to scrape the syrup off the kindergarten tables. I'm telling you, it's a lifesaver, trust me. But the lunches are great, and we're super excited to have the kiddos back. I had the opportunity to help out kindergarten lunch at Rio Vista, and man, that team is just amazing. Super kind, super caring, and what I really appreciated is that unlike the lunch lady when I was a kid, they were super loving. They were really listening to the kids and being kind, and they thought the whole thing with the kindergartners was funny. I'm like, where were you when I was a kid? I was funny. They didn't think I was funny, but I was funny. Again, we welcome back our incredible staff. The kickoff was amazing. So Major Amy Swallow is in the Space Force and is a Pendergast alum. She went through Garden Lakes and is just an amazing human and is doing really interesting work. And so it was wonderful for our staff to have that opportunity to reconnect with just one of our amazing Pendergast alums. So we're super proud of that, really thankful that she took the time to come out from California to visit with us, and everyone really enjoyed that opportunity. But yeah, our staff is absolutely incredible, so grateful to everyone for their good humor, and just again, their great spirit. And this is absolutely how you find all of our administrators at any point in time, right? Just absolutely excited about the students that they get to serve and the staff that they get to work alongside. Really great. Again, I got around to all 12 schools. It was fantastic. All the principals were out and about on campus, so, I found them out on campus, which is exactly where principals should be when I show up. It was fantastic. So good on our site-based team. And of course, the magic doesn't happen without our support staff. The support staff, are really on point. Again, everywhere we went, and if there was a need, it was addressed really quickly. So just really grateful to everyone for all the work that they've done. We really do have a fantastic start to the year. I have been meeting with principals to hear more about their school improvement plans, what they're planning to do, moving forward. Really excited about that. I also want to say that anecdotally, I've had some conversations, maybe around a half dozen teachers who are going to be moving into that teaming model. They're so excited. In fact, they were telling me benefits and things like that they're already seeing, and it was surprising. I was waiting for them to have a positive impact. I did not think that would happen immediately. I definitely thought that was something that we would ease our way into. And certainly anytime you're co-teaching or you're team teaching, that's a really important relationship. And like all relationships, they start off shiny and new, and then something weird happens and there might be bumps in the road, but right now we're shiny and new and we're in the honeymoon phase, and I love that for us. And at next week's leadership team meeting, we're gonna talk about what happens when someone leaves the seat up or something strange and we have to hug it out. So we will be having those conversations too about how to support people through that relationship building process and that problem solving process, so that we can make sure that the teaching staff feels supported and also that the kids are getting access to the best quality teacher for all the subjects that they're in. And if you have any questions about the start off to the school year, I'd be happy to answer them.
All right, thank you, Dr. Cruz. Members, do we have any questions for Dr. Cruz?
I just have a comment, not really a
Mr.
question.
White.
So thank you for the presentation. It's always good to see smiling faces and loving on our kids and great things on that first week. I neglected to say in my current events also, I just wanted to give a shout out also to specifically, and I know that everybody is working hard. We can talk a lot about fourth and fifth being the bridge, from learning to read to reading to learn, and learning about numeracy in primary to using numeracy to learn, et cetera, and all my junior high brethren and what they're going through with 6th, 7th, and 8th graders. But specifically just with kinders and kinder parents and kinder teachers as well. I know, I think we have at least one kinder parent in the room as well. And so just that transition from being in the house as your whole entire world, right? And now you're out in the world and you have specials and you have a schedule and there's a square to sit on. And coming home can be really, really difficult. at the end of the day. And so just appreciate, especially our kinder teachers for taking care of our littlest ones who may have sat on a square before last Wednesday and may not have. And just appreciate, again, just a quick shout out for the Parent Square communication tool as well. That's really being used regularly, at least in my experience, and to really keep us informed. So again, just a special place in my heart for those kinder friends that are going out of their way to start their educational career with us.
All right, thank you, Mr. White. Anyone else? Ms. Ortega Rosales, have anything? Mr.
No, I'm
Arias?
good. Thank you.
Mr. Arias? Well, I've got a couple of things, and thank you, Ms. Ortega Rosales. Dr. Cruz, you mentioned that it seemed odd that our kinders this year seem to be, I don't know the phrasing you use, but they seem to be better prepared. What do we attribute that to this year?
Mr. President, it's really hard to know because in many cases, this is our first interaction with our students. We did have a very high number of students who participated in the Kindergarten Jumpstart program that Mrs. Christopher and the team from Ed Services set up. And so certainly we think that is helpful for kiddos to get that Jumpstart experience. But we also attribute part of it to students' worlds being able to be somewhat larger now than they have been perhaps in the last couple of years, with the pandemic underway. And so it just kind of feels like we're shaking off those last final cobwebs associated with COVID. And I think that, more of our families are probably more stable in terms of some employment opportunities or, just things like that. And so I think that general overall stability in the community translates to our students, especially our youngest students who are most in tune with how their families are doing or what's happening in the home. But we are certainly thankful for that Jumpstart program. It's very clear that having that opportunity has a positive impact with our students.
Yeah, thank you, Dr. Cruz. I think that's exactly what I was hoping to hear, the Jumpstart program kind of being a contributor to that. So, and then just the fact that our community seems to be in a more stable position right now, that's a good, really, really good thing, not just for our kinder students, but for our whole community. And that's what I want to see. I want to see everyone doing better and thriving. And so that's really good news. So I look forward to seeing the results of that later as we start. If they're starting off at a better place, that means they're going to end in a better place too. So there's some expectations there. Yes, you just laid those out. So thank you. I did want to mention, I appreciate also regarding the team teaching, how it seems to be going great so far. They seem to be loving it, but you're already planning to address those bumps in the road that are sure to come. Because we know that this is the first week. Everything's fun right now, but I mean, those problems are going to come. And so the fact that you're already planning to address some of that and ways to get through those bumps, I think is a really good thing. So I just want to say that I caught that and I appreciate that planning and that forethought for how we're going to handle that. And lastly, I know it wasn't part of the presentation, but this was more kind of celebratory and all the good things, but there was bad things that happened first day as well, but we handled that really, really well. And so I did want to mention that the situation at VIA, that stuff happens. It's the nature of life right now. But the way that we handled that and took care of it and resolved it, and it seems like it's all taken care of now. I think that's a big part of what that first week was all about as well. So I really appreciate the way we're able to not only focus on the good things, but handle those bad things that happen as well. So thank you and your team for addressing that as well.
Yeah, thank you.
All right.
Mr. President?
Yes, Ms. Ortega Rosales.
President? Yes, I do have a question based on the question you asked about the kindergarten students being a little more ready. And thank you, Dr. Cruz, for that explanation. It makes a lot of sense. But I'm thinking that I don't believe that in the past few years we've received any information on how our students are doing when they enter the Jumpstart program and when they exit it. I would like to see that information, that data, not necessarily in a presentation during our board meeting, but any format that you believe is appropriate, because I think it's really important for us to have that data for our analysis and our school improvement plan. but I also believe it's good information for us to be sharing with parents that perhaps are not planning to have their students go to Jumpstart, and that maybe that would help them make different decisions around that.
Mr. President, Mr. Ortega Rosales, we'll get with Amy and find out what she's got, and we can certainly put that in a week in review, no problem.
Awesome. Thank you, Dr.
Thank
Cruz.
you.
Yeah, and yeah, I want to second that. I think that's an excellent request from Ms. Ortega Rosales. I'd be anxious to see that as well. And I think it'll really help us promote the program even more. So yeah, thank you for that. All right, if there's no further discussion on this agenda item, we will move on to can I have a motion to approve? Ooh, did the lights go out? No, okay, they just dimmed on me, okay. Can I have a motion to approve the ASBA Draft 2024 Political Agenda for, oh, I'm sorry, I skipped one. Can I have a motion, a nomination motion to select the Pendergast representative for the Delegate Assembly on September 9th? And so the community knows this is where the Arizona School Boards Association gets together. They have all of their districts that are members of the School Board Association get together in an assembly, and we debate and vote on the political agenda and other things regarding our state association, and we get to choose now who our delegate member is going to be for that event. So can I have that motion from somebody, and if whoever's interested in doing it?
I'm interested.
You're interested? Okay, I have a conflict.
Are you?
No, I have a conflict. A legitimate one, like as much as I would.
You got a
Is
conflict,
anybody
Jet?
else interested?
Let's say
No, I have a conflict.
you got a conflict?
Yeah.
Hilda, are you interested?
I couldn't hear that. Did someone volunteer?
Well, Mr. White and Mr. Arenas both have conflicts, but Ms. Sarin is interested.
Okay. Yeah, Ms. Sarin, if you're interested, that's fine, but I can go this year as well, if you can choose me to attend.
All right, so then I need a motion then.
Yeah, I want to. I really want to.
All right. Mr. President, I'll make a motion that Ms. Sarin is our delegate representative for the ASBA assembly.
All right, you've heard the motion that, and I'm assuming, Ms. Sarin, you accept that
I
nomination?
accept.
Do we have a second to nominate Ms. Sarin to be our delegate for the Delegate Assembly?
I'll second.
Mr. Arenas seconds. Any discussion? Yeah, I just want to mention, I'm going to be there as well. I'm going to be there for the law conference, and then I plan to stay and watch that as well. So we'll be rooting for you, and I'm sure you're going to represent us well, Ms. Sarin. So Carrie, roll call, please.
Jet White?
Yes.
Jose Arenas?
Yes.
Susan Sarin?
Yes.
Hilda Ortega Rosales?
Yes.
And Martin Cazada?
Yes.
There being 5 in favor, the motion carries.
All right, the motion carries, and thank you, Ms. Sarin. You're going to represent us well, I'm sure. Can I now have a motion to approve the ASBA Draft 2024 Political Agenda for the September 9th Delegate Assembly?
I'll make the motion.
Mr. White makes the motion. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Ms. Sarin seconds. Any discussion?
So my discussion, President Quesada and members of the board, is that we went through this already, right? We vetted this out already, so this is just pretty much a formal, basically governing board action to move forward, correct?
So what this is, what we took action on a couple meetings ago was our input into this document, and this document's a culmination
yeah,
of
okay.
all of it. So, and I
Like
didn't.
congressional hearings, man, you gotta go through months and then it takes off in 3 days and then you gotta do it all over. again.
Right. So every district kind of put in
Gotcha.
their input, and this is the culmination of all of it.
Right.
And so, if we read through it, this is what we are approving to have ASBA have as their agenda for us at the legislature next year.
I read it earlier, yeah, sounds good.
Any other discussion?
Mr. Casada?
Yes, Mr.
President
Ortega.
Casada?
Mr. Ortega Rosales.
Yes, I just don't know if anybody can answer this, but on the Roman numeral 1, adequately and equitably fund district schools to at least the national medium per pupil funding, on number 1, It reads maximize state funding for competitive salaries to attract, recruit, and retain talented teachers and staff. Increasing the pipeline of certified teachers. Increase the diversity of teaching workforce and for difficult to fill positions. What was struck out of there is to include support for the Arizona Teachers Academy and efforts, and it then goes into increasing. My question is, does anybody know the intent of striking out the Arizona Teacher Academy from that?
I don't, but I think it might, honestly, Ms. Ortega-Rosales, what I think it might have to do with is just the fact that the Teachers Academy was really our previous governor's, it was his program, and although we have a new administration now with a new governor, I think her focus is not so much on promoting that Teachers Academy versus doing other things to increase teacher recruitment and retention. So it's not a focus of hers either. And there was, politically, there always was some disagreement about whether that Teachers Academy was fair or whether it was the right approach on how to recruit and retain teachers. So I suspect that's the case, but to be honest, I don't know for sure. But this might be something that is debated in that September 9th delegate assembly. And so this is an issue that may still come up.
Yeah, and the reason I'm asking the question from my perspective, I do believe that your assumptions are probably pretty good, Mr. Quesada. You were there during all of that time and understand all the political dynamics around it. But at the end of the day, I don't believe that we should just completely take out the Arizona Teacher Academy, from the state funding it because of our teachers' shortage crisis. Every program is important that will bring in new classroom teachers. And so I just don't want this to be that they're looking at reducing it or doing away with it. And I don't believe that can happen because it's already in the works. Is that correct?
I think I want to be clear that by striking that out of that paragraph 1, it doesn't mean they're advocating for the the elimination of the Teachers Academy. That I don't interpret it that way. It's just that it's not a focus of what they're asking them to invest in. But with that said, I mean, you do make a great point, and there's an argument to keep the Teachers Academy as well. We could always instruct Ms. Sarin to vote in that way, or to to kind of make or be part of that debate in her role there as our delegate. And I don't know if that's something we want to do, but we that's part of the motion that we have here and part of the action item. We can instruct Ms. Sarin how to advocate for us at that assembly.
Yes, and I think you simply asked, am I making the right assumption that it's not that we are encouraging for that program to go away? We just don't believe it's the one that should just be focused on in this agenda, this political agenda.
Yeah. Anything else? No. Do we want to instruct Ms. Sarin on any other things to advocate for? make her job harder. All right. Well, if not, then did we do the motion already, Carrie?
Motion.
We did do the motion. Is there any further discussion then? Seeing none, Carrie, roll call, please.
Jet White?
Yes.
Jose Arenas?
Yes.
Susan Sarin?
Yes.
Hilda Ortega-Rosales?
Yes.
And Martin Cazada?
Yes.
There being 5 in favor, the motion carries.
All right. The motion carries. Are there any items that anybody would like to see added to a future board agenda? Seeing none, then we're about to wrap up here today, so I will inform everybody that our next governing board meeting will be on Tuesday, August the 22nd, 2023 at 6 p.m. right here in our governing board room here. So with that, can I have a motion to adjourn the regular board meeting of August 8th, 2023?
So moved.
Mr. White makes a motion. Is there a second?
I'll second.
Ms. Sarin seconds. Carrie, roll call, please.
Jet White?
Yes.
Jose Arenas?
Yes.
Susan Sarin?
Yes.
Hilda Ortega Rosales?
Yes.
And Martin Cazada?
Yes.
There being 5 in favor, the motion carries.
Motion carries. We are adjourned. Thank you, everybody, and have a great night.